Welcome back, our dear viewers. That was a great report. This collaboration will focus on carbon conversion, hydrogen technologies, and energy efficiency, accelerating Kuwait's and the region's transition to low-carbon economies. So for that, please welcome with me Abdallah Dalab, Strategic Director of the private Gulf Cryo company. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me in.
Of course, our really pleasure. So for our dear viewers who are watching us, could you please share an overview about the business itself and what is like the Gulf Cryo conversion?
Okay. So outside the oil and gas industry, I think Gulf Cryo, historically known as Kuwait Oxygen, has been one of the very first industries that have been put in operations in Kuwait in the early 50s. And if you just go back in history and to see how you could put a process plant in operations without having ministries, without having engineering firms, how difficult it was to set up an operations like this. But since then, we have grown to be the largest industrial gases company in the Middle East. And as I defined the company yesterday in the event, really the company is driven by the Kuwaiti values. It's all about silence, it's about integrity, it's about gratitude. So today we became an iconic, a worldwide iconic company in terms of the efforts for decarbonization. Sure. The company today in that business sector is rooted in more than $100 million worth of real investments in the ground. That's why we classify ourselves as a serious company. So we come from real life, we are rooted in serious infrastructure. And those infrastructures we built across the GCC, they really could be taken or could be considered as catalyst for legislation for carbon footprint reduction.
And that's really sounds like a great achievement and a great milestone that you have achieved to reach that worldwide level of efficiency. That's really amazing. And with the great, like achievements, there's a great collaboration. So could you tell us like more about that new partnership with the Germany leading foreign hub?
As you know, just to make it clear for the audience, Kuwait emissions probably they run between 90 and 100 million tons per year, which is a huge, right?
It is.
So in a perfect world, let's assume that we have captured the 100 million tons.
Okay.
The question remains, what do we do with it, right? So Kuwait real needs for CO2 is 4 million tons. What do we do with the 96 million tons? So the only option is to convert the CO2 into something valuable to the country. And that's what we normally call the circular economy. So we take that bad emission and convert it into an ecological, economic value for the industries to benefit from and for the national growth of the country. And as it has been stated in the strategies of the Environment Public Authority, the Public Industries Authority, by KFAS white paper, it's all about freeing the hydrocarbons of Kuwait so that the country can benefit from rather than using it for domestic use.
That's indeed very helpful.
Yes.
And it can help us like utilize this great material that people have.
I can give a few examples.
Of course, please.
I can give first the example of Gulf Cryo. Historically, we've been burning kerosene to produce CO2. The moment we stopped burning kerosene, that was more than 10 years ago, we have replaced the kerosene by the emissions of CO2 from our partners in Kuwait. We have freed kerosene over the last 10 years back to KMBC to benefit from. If KMBC sold the kerosene in Kuwait, they would have made millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And if they sold it outside at the international market price, that would have been even 2 or 3 times more. So it's all about finding solutions to the emissions to free the hydrocarbons, the natural resources of the country to benefit from.
And that's brought me to the question, what role does the private sector plays in transitioning this energy?
The company has been always aligned with the country strategies, the published strategies, the initiatives to achieve the objectives. If you have looked at the 2035 vision of Kuwait, it clearly says that the private sector should lead the economy. We should grow the national wealth.
Exactly.
A company in our size we are not a gas major, we are a regional player. But attracting the largest or one of the largest applied research centers in the world to come to Kuwait and make it a hub for transferring know-how, for enhancing the skills of the national wealth, that was an accomplishment. They have chosen us. They have chosen Kuwait to be the hub of technologies.
And it's also like a paying back to Kuwait as well, like adding more value to the country itself.
Yes, honestly, we work closely with the Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research, highly qualified scientists. So what we thought, without research, countries can't advance.
Exactly.
Education can't advance. So what we thought, the collaboration between Fraunhofer Institute, Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research, can advance applied sciences. We're not talking about basic sciences, we're talking about or advanced research to tackle the problems of the country. I gave a few examples yesterday, and this is public domain information. When the housing projects of Kuwait are completed, the country needs to burn 1 million barrels per day of oil to power those houses. What if we free those 1 million barrels and
save some of them
and sell it outside to create revenues?
Exactly.
69% of the power produced is used for air conditioning, right? If you save 10% of this power, it's like you are building a power plant that costs the country 358 million KD in terms of capex.
That's a great revenue,
right? So, but that transformation needs advanced applied research. So the event yesterday, it was a national call by a national industry, serious company, to advance applied sciences. And if you look at the agreements of the United Nations in New York, Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement, they all call for what they call in Arabic mashura almiya. So to give advice, scientific advice,
yes,
to help the industries overcoming their problems. Without that scientific advice, they won't be able to transform or convert their problems into solutions.
Or utilize it in a better way.
Yes. So this is the main reason why we need that partnership to advance the sciences, the advanced research, to overcome the local problems.
Of course, with this great new research and like advances in science, what's your personal vision for the Gulf Cryo business or conversion in the future?
As I said, maybe the credibility we have and the reputation we have, that what we thought, okay, everybody talks about carbon capturing, utilization and sequestration, sustainability, but nobody's doing something real on the ground. So what we did, we invested more than $100 million in the past 10 years. So we are very successful. We know exactly what we are doing. So when we present our solutions, we present it because we are rooted in serious investments. And we think we are a trusted partner because we come from real life. We know the problems, we know what to do with the CO2. We have shown solutions. Last month, we have injected thousands of tons at KOC oil wells to enhance oil and gas recovery. It was the largest job in the world. It's a world reference for injecting CO2 in the oil wells to enhance oil recovery. So there is a CO2, a bad gas at certain cost, but you can see the revenues on the other hand. This is how you convert a bad product into an economical project that benefits the country.
This great achievements comes with also like some obstacles that might face you in the beginning.
Yes.
So what kind of obstacles do you think with this experience will help you to
Yes, honestly, that's where we call for national collective or efforts, and that's why we invited everyone to the conference. You know, Kuwait subsidized, for example, kerosene, subsidized diesel, subsidized power. If we work together, okay, we can ease those problems, because the moment you start releasing or freeing hydrocarbons again, you are giving a breath to the national growth. You are giving product back to the country to benefit from. So it's a cultural issue. It was at the beginning because, you know, diesel is subsidized. Why not to burn it? There's no problem. Kerosene is subsidized. But today people are, and this is one of the United Nations, I think it's Article 9, that you need to raise awareness. you need to understand that when the lights are on, somebody is burning oil to have your lights on. So shut down or turn off your lights.
Contributing and saving the energy.
Yes, because energy comes because you burn hydrocarbons. So why do you do that without responsibility? Shut down your lights. Don't overuse AC. Don't overuse diesel and the fuel, because that you are consuming the national resources of the country. So the obstacles was more of awareness issue.
Raising awareness
Yes.
among individual level,
Yes.
and then like the effect it will have on the
Yes.
economy and also like the government itself.
Yes, and you can see most of the strategies today, most of the published documents, including KBC ESG report, they call for reduction of carbon footprint. So I think Gulf Cryo, because we come from real life, we are an enabler. We can help people to reduce their emissions because we have done it over 10 years. We know how to do it. We can help the others to do it. And that was the call of the chairman to the audience. We extend our hands to everyone, to all industries, to overcome their problems, because we have gone through it over 10 years. We know exactly what to do.
That's really amazing. And my final question to conclude with is, what's it like the impact of the agreement when the partnership would happen on Kuwait?
Yes, of course, there are beautiful scientists in Kuwait. They are in Kisar universities, private and public, right?
And also like the organizations in Kuwait, they are variety, and they are also like helping and aiding,
yes,
providing the opportunity.
Yes, what we are saying, guys, we have an international partner with 75 institutes, 32,000 scientists who can help you. If you don't have the equipment here, if you don't have the lab, if you don't have the expertise, you can either go to Germany to learn, or we can bring the Germans to Kuwait to support. And the agreement with the Germans, Kuwait is the hub. It's going to be the hub for the GCC countries to benefit from the experience from us as national industry, because we have gone through this in the past, for the past 10 years, and from the Germans with their more than probably 76 years experience. And this is, Fraunhofer is a non-profit organization largely owned by the government of Germany. So it's not business really, it's about science and supporting scientists.
And supporting the community back.
Yes.
That's really wonderful and awesome to hear. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdallah Dalab, for being with us here and enlightening us all about the Gulf Cryo conversion and how it can align with the vision for Kuwait 2035. It was such a pleasure having you here on Good Morning Kuwait show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now, our dear viewers, after this interesting interview, a dynamic Lebanese Kuwaiti entrepreneur and the owner of international and general trading company, a leading importer of building grade materials based in Kuwait. The company was originally founded in 1952 by his father, who recognized early opportunities in Kuwait's growing construction sector and laid the groundwork for a family legacy of business excellence. Drawing from his father's decades of experience, he has expanded the company's reach and vision. His global outlook and entrepreneurial spirit led him to Romania, where he initiated a line of live-edge solid wood furniture, blending traditional craftsmanship with modern aesthetics, furthering his pursuit of quality. So let's take a look at this report with Mohammed Shaheen, General Manager of Pioneer Wooden Manufacture Company, and then we're going to be back.